Hey guys, Marcus Catkin from Blindside Football. Here to recap some of those early games for you. So let's start off with Steelers Falcons. Le'Veon Bell, 119 total yards, 2 total touchdowns, making a strong push to be the number 1 overall pick next season. And Antonio Brown making a strong push to be the number 1 wide receiver taken next year. Finishes with 10 receptions for 123 yards. Now has 115 receptions on the season, which breaks the Steelers' previous record. He's still got 2 games to go, guys. I mean, it's just amazing what he's doing right now. And then Harry Douglas for the Falcons, filling in for Julio Jones, who was out today. 10 catches for 131 yards. If you're a Julio Jones owner, this guy is a must-have for you. Hopefully you made it through this week, even with Julio Jones being out. But he just produces. Every time Roddy White or Julio Jones is down, in the number 2 role, Harry Douglas performs. That's what he does. Packers and Bills. Eddie Lacy over 100 yards and a touchdown. But if you're an Aaron Rodgers owner, he killed you this weekend. Only 185 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Not a very Aaron Rodgers type game. Bengals and Browns, we saw the debut of Johnny Football, Johnny Manziel, and it was extremely disappointing. Just 80 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Hopefully you weren't starting him. Hopefully you made it to the fantasy playoffs without him. But your daily fantasy leagues, he just killed you. Terrence West, Isaiah Crowell combined for just 40 rushing yards. Hard for them to obviously to get anything going when Manziel was sputtering along with that offense. And then finally Jeremy Hill for the Bengals, over 150 total yards, 2 touchdowns. He's been a stud. I mean, if you're a Geo owner in Dynasty Leagues, I'm starting to get worried because Jeremy Hill's looked really good at times this year, and this was another good game for him. Texans at Colts. Ryan Fitzpatrick breaks his leg. He's done for the season. As we know, Ryan Mallett already done for the season with his torn pectoral muscle. So they go to the rookie, Tom Savage. Really makes me worried, obviously, if you're a DeAndre Hopkins owner or Andre Johnson owner. But I don't know what to tell you there. Arian Foster, over 100 total yards. And basically, everybody on the Colts offense disappointing in this game. Not the average, Andrew Luck type game that you'd expect. Raiders and Chiefs. Latavius Murray almost 6 yards per carry, but you would have liked to see him get more than 12 carries in this game. They were behind early and trying to play catch up, so that was obviously part of it, but still looked good in the limited touches. Niall Davis, 81 total yards and 2 touchdowns. That's fantasy sports for you guys. Who would have guessed that Niall Davis would have scored more fantasy points this weekend than Jamal Charles? Charles just 12 carries for 52 yards. Them's is the breaks sometimes, guys. Sometimes you can predict it and sometimes you can't, and this is one of the ones that you can't. Dolphins at Patriots. Gronk with a touchdown. Edelman with a touchdown. Blunt and Vereen both with touchdowns, but Jonas Gray getting himself back into the mix has the most touches out of any Patriots running back. Just goes to show you can't trust anybody in the Patriots backfield. I still like LeGarrette Blunt the best, but again, still really tough to trust there. Mike Wallace, 5 catches for 104 yards and a touchdown. And Jarvis Landry, 8 catches for 99 yards, helping Ryan Tannehill on his way to a 300-yard passing day. But they just got blown out in this game and had to throw. And I think that's part of the reason why we see big passing numbers for Wallace and Landry. And then finally, Jaguars and Ravens. Allen Hurns, Cecil Shorts, both 6 catches, both over 70 yards receiving. Toby Gerhart, 15 touches as the new lead back for the Jaguars. Guys, it's the Jaguars. You're not looking too much into those guys, and you're not starting any of those guys in your fantasy championships next week. Don't forget to subscribe below for my daily fantasy updates, and follow me on Twitter @MarcusCatkin.